Have you ever felt deeply tired, even though you didn't do anything wrong? Have you ever given your best, your time, your energy, your patience, and still felt unappreciated? And at some point, this thought quietly appeared in your mind. After everything I've done, this is how they treat me? That feeling isn't weakness. It isn't overthinking, and you're not imagining it. Psychologists and authors have been talking about this for decades, just not in a way most people notice. You're suffering because of a contract you never agreed to. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Your brain is constantly creating invisible psychological contracts, silent rules that only exist in your head. Rules like, if I'm kind, people will respect me. If I work hard, I'll be valued. If I stay loyal, they won't leave. Stephen Covey, in The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, calls this a psychological contract. Expectations we assume others understand, but never actually communicate. And when those expectations break, it hurts more than we expect. Think about that one person, the one who always listens, always understands, always adjusts. They reply on time, they show up, they stay calm when others don't. Inside their mind, there's a quiet belief. If I'm always there, people will be there for me. In the book Attached, psychologist Amir Levine explains how many people learn to give more, hoping that love will come back. But then, the day they actually need support, no replies, no calls, no one shows up, and the pain feels personal, not because a promise was broken, but because a promise was never made. This doesn't only happen in relationships. It happens at work. You stay late, you take extra responsibility, you say yes when you should rest. Your mind quietly says, they'll notice, they'll appreciate me. But recognition doesn't come, and slowly, resentment replaces motivation. In relationships, you compromise, you forgive, you explain yourself again and again. You expect effort in return. When it doesn't happen, you don't just feel hurt, you feel invisible. And in friendships, you're always the one texting first, calling first, showing up first. When you stop, everything goes silent. Psychology calls this unspoken expectations. But here's what's really happening. Your brain is a meaning-making machine. James Clear explains in Atomic Habits that the brain naturally connects effort to reward. So when you sacrifice, your brain automatically expects a payoff. Not logically, emotionally. When that reward doesn't arrive, the brain interprets it as unfairness, as betrayal, even if no one ever promised you anything. Here's the uncomfortable truth. People don't reject you. They reject expectations they never agreed to. Ryan Holiday writes in The Ego is the Enemy that effort does not guarantee entitlement. And Dr. Henry Cloud explains in Boundaries that resentment is almost always the result of unspoken boundaries. You give, you stay silent, you hope they'll notice. But silence doesn't protect you. It slowly turns into self-betrayal. That's why nice people feel used, not because they give too little, but because they give with hidden expectations. So how do you break these contracts? First, you notice them. Anytime you feel, after everything I did, they should have, I expected at least, that's a contract. Second, you choose clarity over hope. Either you give freely without expecting anything back, or you speak your needs clearly, but never mix the two. Marcus Aurelius wrote in Meditations, if you expect nothing, you cannot be disappointed. That doesn't mean stop caring. It means stop silently negotiating your worth. When you stop living by invisible contracts, something changes. You stop chasing appreciation and start choosing self-respect. You stop overgiving and start deciding where your energy belongs. And strangely, people begin respecting you more. Not because you changed them, but because you stopped abandoning yourself. Dr. Robert Glover explains this in No More Mr. Nice Guy. Respect doesn't come from giving more. It comes from standing clearly. So before you blame yourself or blame others, ask this question. What contract am I living by that no one ever agreed to? Awareness alone can free you. If this made you pause, save it. Someone you know is living by rules they never chose.